RJ Barrett in transition. Westbrook back up the court. Here's Malik Monk, corner three, and he is on fire!
Bradley into the front court. Bradley still dribbling to LeBron! High and deep. Way back right center field. We are tied. Cody Bellinger strikes again.
Yo, what's up, man? What's up? How are you today? Welcome to the SC Experience, aka your boy Eric, again with another live. Sorry for earlier. Like I said on my IG story, if you've seen it, and if you didn't, something came up. So my boy, Coach Dante, held it down for me today. So I missed a lot of things because a lot of things have happened in the past, 2 hours. But shout out to y'all. I appreciate it. I appreciate you guys tuning in. But shout out to Coach Dante for holding it down earlier. Like I said, things happen, stuff happen, life happens. So I kind of was super, I can't really say it, but I seen something. Something happened. So thank you guys for joining me. Of course, I had to do a live with me. I had to do it. People were texting me. Where was I? I'm sorry. Like I said, I'm here. I'm making it up with another live to get this going. I have my draft board again, preview right before the actual combine on Thursday. I know today the combine, I have it on my TV right now, but they're just talking. It was just media, but it doesn't officially start till Thursday, where you see mostly the 40-yard dash and all those stuff. So yes. Make sure to tell everybody to join up, man. Like I said, this is part 2 of earlier. Just wanted you guys to see my draft board personally, because I was gonna drop the draft board earlier, but like I said, life happened. So I'm here and I got a new draft board with my new prospects, and then I'm gonna redo it with 50 after the combine. So yeah, let's see who's up in here. Let's see. My boy Sergio, what's up, man? How are you? Cue the SpongeBob 3 hours later on the video. Nah, what's good, Eric? What's good, man? Everything's good, man. Everything's okay. Well, at least we got the combine, free agency, and draft coming since MLB officially delayed. It officially delayed? See, that's how you know something happened. I haven't been. I'll look at Twitter right now. What the hell? Mike Tyson, Nakia TKO, put your sleep. Nah, bro. So, life happened. Life TKO'd me, but I stood up. What's good, fam? What's good? Everything's good, man. How are you? Everything's better than earlier. Eric, you good, bro? Yeah, I'm fine. Like I said, when life hits you, you hit it back. Enjoy, Coach, today. Yeah, shout out to Coach Dante for holding it down today. We weren't gonna do a live at all earlier today, but we just did it. But it's media today. It's important as well, to see what the prospects are saying and what other people are saying around the league. Welcome, bro. Thank you. Sup, Eric. What's up, Sebastian? Shout out to you, man. Tassie, what up? I just want to watch McDaniel's interview tomorrow. Hopefully they ask some good questions. Yes. For sure. SC morning hours. I keep saying SC morning hours is the following day, but I'm just waiting for a good time, and I think the McDaniel's interview would be a good time tomorrow. So what's good, Eric? Good morning, good afternoon. My bad. Like I said, for you guys just joining me, things happened, life happened, so I kind of had to step back. But Coach Dante, held it down, and he held it down today. So shout out to him. The MLB rules is terrible. Baseball is going down bad. Yeah, Tux. just ended. MLB gave their best final offer. MLB turned it down. They are leaving for. Are you serious? Let me see. I'm trying to see. Did they really delay the shit out of it? What's up, you? Hope you're good, homeboy. Hey, like I said, man, I'm still breathing. You get me? I'm still breathing. That's a blessing. Waking up every day. So what happened happened, but got to keep it pushing. Not gonna let it stop me. But I want to see. You guys are saying the MLB got locked out. That's how I haven't. So you said they left without a deal. MLB player leaders agree anonymously not to accept MLB's final proposal. There will be no deal on a new collective bargaining agreement below MLB's 5 p.m. Eastern deadline. Sources tell ESPN MLB has threatened to cancel its March 31 opening day without a new deal. The players are unhappy, the fans are seething, and the sport is reeling with the lockout now in its 90th day. Damn. That's crazy. So they're redoing they're redoing the combine above me. I have my TV on, so I kind of have it on. I don't know if I could play the audio. Do you guys know? Did Dante have the audio earlier? I don't remember. Um, but no time to delay. It depends on how long it drags out. Facts. Radar, what's up? I see everything. Hope everything's good. Thank you. I hope everything's good for all you guys, man. That's most importantly for me. I'm more about my peeps, my family over here, y'all, man. Hopefully y'all having an amazing day, man. I truly do. I'm blessed, like I said, to just be waking up. So no matter what happened, I'm still keeping it pushing. Gotta. Keep it pushing, P. MLB equals fuck my life. That's crazy. I agree too, man. Shit. Thank you for everybody that was there earlier. I'm pretty sure every single one of you were earlier. Shout out to Coach Dante for holding it down while things were happening. Shout out to Coach Dante. I greatly appreciate it. Salute, Eric. You're live this time. Yes. I'm back. I had to make it up. A lot of people were texting me, "Where are you? What's happening?" And I kind of ignored everybody for 2 hours, even people at the Spotlight Network. So I kind of felt bad, and I made sure to text back right now because I just had to take some time too after what happened and occurred during that time during the combine earlier, the media combine. So I took a step back and I was relaxing. Rob Manfred was speaking about 7 minutes. Okay, for sure, we're live for it. So this will be a little scouting, combine slash, little MLB, see what's going on. If you haven't hit, hey, shout out to EJ. If you haven't yet, please hit that like button. We're 20 away. I seen that I gained around 3 subscribers from earlier. Shout out to Coach Dante, man. We're at we're at 380. We're at 380, 20 away from 400. So thank you guys. Like I said, I'm gonna keep doing this every day. And speaking of grinding, shout out to my boy Andy. What's up, man? Thank you for stopping by. Thank you for popping in, man. I appreciate it, man. Shout out to him, man. If you haven't yet, go subscribe to him. He knows this stuff, man. You guys already know him. Yeah. But yeah, please go subscribe over there if you haven't yet and you haven't checked him out, man. But yeah, so I will keep grinding, man. Thank you for the support. Like I said, I'm gonna do this every day. Like I said earlier, I didn't get to be on the live with my boy, but I'm making it up with this live right here. I gotta keep it pushing. I gotta keep going. So shout out to you. Problem. What's up, my boy? How are you? Hopefully you're having an amazing day, man. Hopefully you had an amazing morning. Mitch, what's up? How are you? But yeah, so I have the combine, the same combine from earlier, and it's just media. Yeah, Andy. It's not on field workouts. It's I think it's media. Like the media, they're introducing people, talking about stuff. Yeah, on Thursday the drills begin. 1 p.m. West Coast time. I believe quarterbacks, wide receivers, tight ends. Thursday. Quarterbacks, wide receivers, tight ends. So that's the first day of the drills So Thursday, 1 p.m. West Coast time, 4 p.m. Eastern. And it's gonna go on for 7 hours that day. 7 hours. I'll be live for all 7 hours on Thursday. That's how long the combine is going to be on Thursday. Then Friday, it's 6 hours. On Saturday, it's 5 hours, and it goes 1 hour less each time because it goes quarterbacks, wide receivers, tight ends, then running backs, O line, and special teams, I think, and then it's defensive line, linebacker, all that stuff, and then it's defensive back. I know the last day is defensive back, so there's a lot of defensive backs that we got to keep a lookout. And I'm about to show you with my draft, my big board of 25 prospects. I remember I did one earlier of 25 prospects earlier, and now I'm gonna do one of right before the actual drill combine, and then I'm gonna do a prospect of 50, a big board of 50 after the combine. Athletics raised my season tickets this year from $7,000 to 14,800. First time in 20 years. I'm not a ticket holder. Looked like it was a good thing now. Although I'm sure they will go down now. Damn, that's expensive. Man, I'm scared someone will draft Cole Kelly, sit him in like 2 to 3 years, being a star. You can't teach that size. Obviously, that's the one that's 6'7", right? Or the tall quarterback. That's the 6'7" quarterback, isn't it? Yeah, yeah. If you're talking about that 6'7" quarterback, bro, that's pretty tall for a quarterback. That's pretty tall for a quarterback. He said, new video tonight. Finally can record again. For sure. Let's go. My boy Prez is returning with another video tonight, man. Go check it out. Go subscribe to my boy Digital Prez, man. Shout out to him. He made my intro. So if you see my intro at the beginning, that was all Prez, man. Shout out to Prez. Sucks. I wanted to see Stingley and Neil, and they're not gonna be there. Hey, Stingley is a he's very very good, but yeah, he might go in the first few rounds. I mean, first few picks. I think top 15 easily. If he drops, then he must have shit the bed in the combine. For Evan Neal, I think he could go top 5, man. Thinking about it, right? When you look at the teams like the Jets is an interesting one when it comes to offensive line because they might lose Morgan Moses. They lose Morgan Moses and Evan Neal's on that thing. I wouldn't doubt it if they go Evan Neal to try to protect Zach Wilson. Another person that could go Evan Neal's Jacksonville Jaguars with their first pick. Yes, it's surprising. It's their first pick. Why don't they go Hutchinson or Thibodeau? When Hutchinson has been dropping, and I'm trying to see why he's been dropping. I got to see a little bit more. But as far as Evan Neal he is your future tackle. So, as the Jacksonville Jaguars, one of the main problems for them last season was their O-line. So, if you put Evan Neal on that Jacksonville Jaguars, you got your future tackle. So, then I think we could see an offensive tackle go first in the whole draft, man. I really do. It's a possibility. But it's also a possibility they'll easily go Hutchinson or Thibodeau. Yeah, Cable and Fisher are a crack for that price increase. Yeah, man. Trying to get that. No, they leave to Vegas. I would have bought them if they didn't say at the same time they would have cut the payroll to 50 mil. Damn. Yeah, I don't really buy season tickets. I always go single because I don't know if I could go to every little thing, But let me see. I'm trying to see what I missed, right? So reports are the Packers are negotiating a short-term deal with Aaron Rodgers that would make him the league's highest paid player. So Aaron Rodgers might actually get the bag from the goddamn Packers. What a surprise. That's crazy. Let me see what else I missed. Let me see. Let me see what else I missed. Denver Broncos interviewed QB Kenny Pickett, Matt Corral, Malik Willis at the combine. So, yep. So they're going probably most likely quarterback. Let me see. So here's some news, y'all. So I got you, man. Ole Miss quarterback Matt Corral won't throw this week at the combine as he continues to work his way back from an ankle injury suffered in the Sugar Bowl. Sources say Corral resumed light throwing 2 weeks ago and the plan to be full go for Pro Day March 23rd. So Matt Corral might be that'll be an interesting one because all these teams that need a quarterback might actually go for Matt Corral in the first round. So Derek Stingley, perhaps the top cornerback in this draft, will wait until his pro day on April 6th to work out. Sources say Stingley had surgery for a lisfranc injury during the season and is nearly 100%, but not quite there yet, and no workouts at the combine. So speaking of Stingley, he's not going to be doing drills at the combine. He's gonna wait for pro day because of his injury. That's an interesting thing. That's an interesting thing. That's very freaking interesting. Um, let me see. I'm trying to see what else. Um, Mississippi State offensive tackle Charles Cross, a potential top 10 pick, will be a full participant at the combine, minus the bench press per sources. After watching him work out last month, everyone should be ready for a show. Okay. I'm trying to see if there's anybody that that is on our list, like Traylon Burks and stuff. If there's any news about them. Patriots will meet with all three receivers at the combine this week. Ohio State wide receiver Chris Olave, Arkansas wide receiver Traylon Burks, and Alabama receiver Jamison Williams. I bet you the Patriots pick right before us. I bet you they're either going Jamison Williams or Olave, bro. And the reason being for Olave, I've been liking Olave, but I think for me Wilson is above him. But maybe I just haven't seen enough film, so I'm gonna continue watching. And as far as Traylon Burks, I think what fits them more might be Jamison Williams, and Bill Belichick. He's gonna take a chance on a guy that got injured and was the number one receiver technically before he got hurt. So who knows? Who knows? But I would have doubted if they also go Traylon Burks. So there's that too. What up, Jesse? What up, Jesse? Raiders all day. You already know what it is. Justin Ross will be there either. Okay, for sure. Justin Ross, damn, the receiver. Did you see the article about the Brian Gutekunst interview? He said they are working on a long-term deal with Adams and will definitely franchise tag him if they have to. Hey, it is what it is. It is what it is with Adams, man. I didn't put my eggs all in one basket, so this time, so I'm kind of happy about that. I knew it was gonna be a 50-50. And now it looks like a 25-75 that he might 75 that he must most likely go back to the Packers, to 25 that he has a possibility of coming here. Like I said, I just hope that we have plan B, plan C, which I'm pretty sure they do. So there might not be on baseball this year. Damn, I know Rob Manfred's gonna say something right now, waiting for the presser. Facts. So what time is the presser? So somebody earlier said around, in a bit. So how long? Do you guys know where I could watch it? I'm trying to see what else I'm missing from the combine. Shout out to Cool Kev. What a Cool Kev. Let me see. I'm trying to. What up, Thomas? What up, Thomas? How are you? How are you? I'm trying to see. I'm trying to see what else I missed from earlier. Yeah, so just a bunch of people were. I think they said ESPN. I'm checking Twitter. Okay, 2 o'clock. It's 2 o'clock already. Let me see. Yeah, so far the Patriots have scheduled meetings with Chris Olave, Traylon Burks, Jamison Williams, if you're just missing us. So they might go receiver, y'all. They might lose Jacoby Meyers if that's the case, right? I'm watching MLB Network. I think they're going to show it where he goes live. Okay. So apparently Sean McVay and Kyle Shanahan, Robert Saleh won't be attending the combine this week in Indianapolis. Joe Douglas and the scouting staff will be. So we got to see there. Yep. So, let's just see what happens. I'm trying to see for the thing too. Like I said, this is gonna be. I didn't think the presser was gonna be now, so half presser, half combine. I'm about to show my draft board, but yeah. But yeah. So if I missed any news about the combine, please let me know in the comments because I haven't. Like I said, things happen. So I'm trying to see. But yeah, So I'm gonna show my draft board. What I have on my draft board. Like I said, if you guys watched my, I think about a couple weeks back, I had another 25 prospects, and I did it by rounds. One through 1 through 5 is the first round, 5 through 10 is the second round, 10 through 15 is the third round, and so on, right? So out of 25 prospects, usually the last five are anywhere from the fifth to seventh round. But yeah, so these are my draft board of what I have right now. It changed drastically from last time what I had. And you'll be surprised who I have on there. You'll be surprised. I'll talk about it. I'll talk about every single one. Let me see. So far, my first one is Devin Lloyd from Utah. Of course, Devin Lloyd, a future linebacker. Um, I got some food, yo. I got some food. Um, but yeah, Devin Lloyd here. Is number one on my list. I like what I see from him. He is a future linebacker, and like I said, we've been seeing a lot of talks about him coming to the Raiders if he falls to 22. There's a possibility he doesn't even fall to 22 due to like the Eagles, and other teams like the Giants maybe because they might, they need to pair somebody up with Blake Martinez, and Blake Martinez is not always healthy. So that's another one. And they both got 5 picks in total in the first round. So yeah, it's on. I'm trying to see the Rob Manfred. I'm trying to see the. Yeah, I don't have MLB. I do have the the Dodger one. Do you think it'll be on there? I don't know if it'll be on there. Would it be on there, y'all? Where did I put the controller? I don't even know where I put the controller. Hey, just let me know what happens in the presser. So Manfred is live on MLB right now. He will cancel games. Of course he did. Of course he did. It's on ESPN. Let me see. Try to get on my phone because I can't find my controller. Let me see. Hold up. Give me 1 second, yo. Where the hell did I put the controller? I don't know where I did, but let me know what he says. He's probably gonna say the same old shit like what High Rise said. I mean, not High Rise. What Tassi said. Oh, I will cancel games if it doesn't go my way, and they deny my stuff, and players will be budget cut, and nobody will get paid. Some shit like that. I wonder what the deal was that they cancel, or I mean declined it. But yeah, I'm trying to see right now. But yeah, shout out to y'all, man. Right now, the Maram Manfred is going live, so I'm kind of stalling the draft board right now. But I have the first 6 right there. But I'm trying to get this going because you guys know I'm also a Dodger fan, and I will be doing baseball content. But if there's no baseball, there's no content. It was over. Eric, if they cancel games, do they pay only for the game scheduled for a full season? Oh, thank you, Prez. Thank you, Prez. I think they won't get paid at all, bro. The way it's going. The way it's going, I don't know. I really don't know. It was over the luxury tax threshold and minimum pay. Hey, Prez, you got my phone compromised, bro. um, but yeah, what's it called? Yeah, speaking of luxury tax threshold and minimum pay, I knew it had to. Well, we always knew it was about money, but it was kind of obvious that it was about something like that, right? So I'm just trying to. He said, Shh, "You got my phone compromised, bro." But yeah, y'all. So, oh, I have it right here.
Only 23 days before the scheduled opening day. The clubs and our owners fully understand just how important it is to our millions of fans that we get the game on the field as soon as possible. To that end, we want a bargain and we want an agreement with the Players Association as quickly as possible. You gonna do them or am I? Okay, Hannah.
I got two. So make the first one.
Well, you only get one.
Okay, so
I have it right here, EJ, for you.
I just wanted to be super clear. Is this your last, best, and final offer in a legal sense, or are you willing to say you're at impasse?
We never use the phrase last, best, and final offer with the union.
What up, Cashflow? We're looking at Rob Manfred live.
Prior to the deadline to cancel games. Our negotiations are deadlocked right now, but I'm not going to get in. That's different than using the legal term impasse, and I'm not going to do that.
If it's not your last, best, and final offer, why would they have accepted it? If they knew they could get something better later.
Yeah, look, I think that take it or leave it in a negotiation is not something that I think is usually productive. I think always at the end, there's a little wiggle room somewhere. And I think that we'd like to keep the idea that we're willing to go back to the table and figure out whether we can make an agreement. Ron, the only thing I can say is that from the perspective of the commissioner's office and the clubs, we are doing our very, very best to try to reach an agreement. Unfortunately, it's not something that's solely within our control. It takes two parties to reach an agreement, and we will continue to be committed to that process. All I can say, nothing's scheduled right now. And we made a proposal this afternoon. I believe, without exception, every topic, we have made the last proposal. Every single issue in the basic agreement, we have made the last proposal. You draw your own conclusion as to who ought to go next.
When you guys are, weighing these offers with the owners and talking things through, how much, if at all, do you weigh the financial impact on people who aren't in the room, the workers at the stadiums who get affected, and obviously the fans?
Yeah, look, I think that the concern about our fans is at the very top of our consideration list, followed closely by places like where we're standing, where people's livelihood depends on baseball, spring training baseball, and certainly an important part of the calculus for us and for our owners. Hey, James.
Hey, Rob. Could you explain the league's position on why you say cancellation of games and why not, say, reschedule or at least make the hope to still fit the full season in?
Yeah, we have a first-time situation in terms of the loss of regular season games. Since we've gone to interleague play every day, we've never canceled games. So if you think about the way that the schedule works, every single day you have an interleague series where those teams are not back together enough to make rescheduling feasible.
So do you think the pay, full pay and service time will I guess now be something you have to negotiate with the union and players?
Yeah, I think that our position is that games that are not played, players will not get paid for. John.
Rob, obviously there were some good things in the deal for the players, including over a 20% rise for the minimum players, the minimum paid players. However,
Michael, I wasn't asleep.
How do you explain it was 210 million, right? So you're raising it to 220 million. That's less than a 5% rise, and then it's repeated the next subsequent years at $220 million. So it's basically only a 5% rise over 3 years. They would tell you that inflation is up 7% now. Their salaries have stagnated, and obviously they wouldn't like that part of the deal.
Look,
how do you explain that?
Well, I think that it's important to look at the pattern of increases in the CBT thresholds over the last several agreements, and I think the proposal that we made is right in line with the type of increases we've seen in the past. I think you also need to remember that the last 5 years been very difficult years from a revenue perspective for the industry, given the pandemic.
Bullshit.
So, this is, and last, look, we have a payroll disparity problem. And to weaken the only mechanism in the agreement that's designed to promote some semblance of competitive balance is just something that I don't think the club group is prepared to do right now. I know where the clubs are. I know they are 100% behind the proposal that was made and the decision to cancel games given where we are in the negotiation. Hey, Bob.
This guy is full of shit.
Look, we're in the process of, we went through a really long 9 or 10 days. We had a really late night last night and not a particularly productive day today. We need to regroup and figure out how we're going to move the process forward. That's the best I can do for you.
Hey, Rob, understanding that deadlines create urgency, you locked out the players to jumpstart the negotiations. It feels like real bargaining went on just in the last 24 to 36 hours. I'm sure people are wondering why not over the last three months or even longer to get to a point where you're not necessarily canceling games because there's some momentum here.
Yeah, I think the best answer to that question is the last 10 days. We've been here ready to bargain, full committees, owners, players for 10 days, and it got going 2 days before the deadline. That's the best explanation I can give you.
Rob, is the sport in a
He said that's the best I could give you. What the fuck?
94, 95 because of the number of entertainment options that are out there, how easy it is for people to turn to a Netflix or anything on their cell phone.
Yeah, the entertainment market today is different than 1994. My deepest hope is that we get an agreement quickly. We're back on the field, and we get back into that market and compete effectively.
Rob, you said many times.
He said so we could get back.
You
What the fuck?
pride in the previous agreements you've made. So how much do you see this outcome as reflecting on you?
I don't know, Michael.
Look, the difficult thing about this, if it was solely within my ability or the ability of the clubs to get an agreement, we'd have an agreement. The tough thing about this process is it takes both parties to make an agreement. I'm really disappointed that we didn't make an agreement, and I'm really committed to doing everything possible to get one. You've been so kind. It's sorry to see you go. Really gonna miss you.
Feeling is mutual. You could argue that this is not a surprise when you look at the developments of the past 5 years. Really, since shortly after that 2016 CBA, there's been a lot of chatter on their side. I'm wondering if you regret having done, understanding it takes both sides, regret not having done more on your side to try to avoid this disastrous outcome.
Yeah, look, what I would say, Ken, is, we did take a stab at some early negotiations. Throughout the 5-year period, there was a lot of rhetoric about dissatisfaction with the deal that they made. A lot of the rhetoric was negative with respect to clubs, the commissioner's office, me.
That was my boy, Coach
that
Dante from
environment
the
someone
Spotlight
else
Sports
created.
Network, man.
And it's an environment in which it's tough to build bridges.
What the fuck happened? Did it freeze? I think it froze for me. Oh, it's some bullshit. Even the internet, even the live stream knew it was bullshit. Oh, it ended. What the fuck?
There's cheese.
No, fuck that commercial. Wait, did it end? The fuck just happened? It did end. The fuck? That's how it ends? Oh, hell no, bro. What the fuck? What the fuck? He talked for 15 minutes. He's jackass. Oh my god. This some bullshit. How the fuck? How the fuck are you gonna blame the last 5 years, bro? Exactly what? Who said that earlier? Somebody said that. Exactly, Tassi. How the fuck? How the fuck are you gonna blame the past 5 years since 2016 when it didn't even start until 2020? That's some crazy shit. That is some crazy shit. And last time I checked, the 2017 World Series was one of the best ones, even though it was a cheating scandal. It was one of the best ones. 2016, I believe, was so too. 2018 had a decent season. 2019 had a decent season. 2020, the pandemic hit, of course, but they got a lot of viewers. I'll tell you that much. When the Dodgers won, then in 2021, that was one of the best MLB seasons in the last 10 years. What the fuck? Oh my god, this guy's full of shit, bro. This guy's full of shit. What up, Dirty Low? What's up, man? We talking about baseball right now because this is crazy. Bro, this boy Rob Manfred was shitting himself the whole presser, bro. He was shitting himself the whole presser, bro. That's why he ended it in 14 minutes, bro. He said, I put a deal out. I think they didn't accept it. It takes two to tango. Baby, your deal was full of shit. Like, what the fuck? Like, he's blaming the other side. Maybe that deal was pathetic. Like, at least give a decent deal. Like, what the fuck? Lakers all day, yes, sir. Keep up. Oh, my God. 2016 was a wild one. Yeah, it was. I've been a Laker fan for 41 years now. I'm a bandwagon fan. MLB is postponed. No deal, bro. 2021 postseason was too fire. It was fire. It was fire. And that's what's crazy, that we're even in this predicament. That's crazy that we're even in this predicament, bro. And we just came off of one of the best MLB seasons there has been, bro. That's fucking Rob Manfred. Rob Manfred's a full of shit. And I thought Roger Goodell was shit. Oh my god. That's crazy, man. That is crazy shit. If this shit gets fucking canceled, bro, if the season gets canceled, oh, fuck Rob Manfred, bro. Everybody's gonna be calling for his head. Everybody already is calling for his head. I'm calling for his head. Motherfucker. Needs to step down from his pathetic job. I thought he stepped down a couple weeks ago. There was reports that he was stepping down, but apparently not. This guy's dead ass full of shit, bro. That's what's crazy. This guy's dead ass full of shit. Both Goodell and Manfred are shit. I think Manfred's a little bit more shit than Goodell because holy shit. You're just coming off of one of your best MLB seasons, and and you don't say shit in the presser. That even makes sense. He had to laugh for like 10, bro. He laughed for like 4 minutes straight because he didn't know what the fuck to say. He was like, "I'll miss you. I'll miss you." Like, what the fuck? Get the shit out of here, bro. Get that, bro. Tubby, we're talking about Rob Manfred. He just had a presser for like about 14 minutes. We heard it, and it was full of shit. So the MLB season might be canceled or even postponed, which is bullshit. Um, that is why I said people may hate Goodell, but he makes the owners money, which makes everyone else money. MLB just wants the owners making money. Facts. Not that was Jeter yesterday. Okay, look at this post I'm gonna send you that I saw yesterday that Jeter did to the Marlins. Okay, last season was one of the best seasons ever, not just because of my Braves won the chip. I mean, shit. When you think about it, right? Let's think about it. You have the Giants and Dodgers battling it for the first to get the pennant and stuff, and they both ended up getting over 100 wins. Then the Dodgers go into a play-in that not only did they walk off, but they move on to play the Giants. Then on top of that, last the freaking on the other side of the table, you have a stacked Yankees team, that ends up losing in the play-in tournament. So then that blows up everything, and everybody goes crazy. The playoffs, the atmosphere was amazing. The atmosphere was amazing. And then you go into the playoffs. The Giants and Dodgers go to the last game, and Dodgers win it. Dodgers move on. It's a revenge game for the Atlanta Braves. Nobody had the Braves winning. The Braves beat us. Then the Braves move on. They play the Astros that everybody went against, and they beat the Astros. That was a good ass season. Everything was close, bro. Nothing was like the pussification of manly sports. Fact. Rob rides a bike with no seat. Oh Lord. Oh my God. Raider Squid, what's up, man? How are you? Hopefully you have an amazing day, man. So glad I got soccer. I got soccer too, man. I got soccer. Both our teams won, even though we're rivals. Both of our teams won. You heard Michael. Stack them up. Stack them like buttons up. Stack the subscribe buttons up. We're almost there. Roll to 400. We're at 381, I believe. So press Sammy said Jeter got rid of the Marlins core players and then said, "Fuck, I'm out." Damn, he really fucked the Marlins. Damn, that's tough. That is some tough shit. First time Giants and Dodgers ever faced each other in the playoffs. Facts, and it was a good one. It wasn't no blowout or nothing. Well, yeah, the scores were kind of different, but as far as games, it went to the last game. It was a good one. And then a lot of controversy in the last pitch, but hey, they did that to us earlier. Sergio Sanchez says, Raiders, what's up? How are you, man? My Galaxy won, yeah, and I'm an LAFC fan, so we won too. Watch soccer in Spanish is more entertaining. Yeah, it's more entertaining than hearing Rob Manfred fucking talk. Hearing Rob Manfred talk, I almost wanted to sleep on my goddamn chair. Bro, it was 14 minutes of him full of shit trying to make excuses. The last 5 years, we didn't have anything in. Hey, we gave a proposal and it takes two to tango. Like, shut up, bro. Your proposal was probably full of shit. It was probably full of shit. Hey, everybody report the bot. If you guys can, if you guys are in the chat, report the bot. Don't block him, report him. I saw the Manfred presser. What a joke. Facts. He's a freaking joke, bro. He's literally a joke. Like, straight up. Like, bro, you know how it's so obvious he didn't know what to say? For 4 minutes straight, he was laughing. I'll miss you, ha ha ha. Like, what the fuck? Liga MX is like, yes, ahí está para no enemigo. Like, well, look, bro, that shit, that's pretty good. Eric goes out to say you drank some whiskey. It's why you slept in. I didn't sleep in, bro. I was awake since 7 in the morning. I just had something come up during that time. I report all bots. Oh Lord, hey, just report it. I'm a G2. I was with the family with Lars losing my man when Chicharito scored. So you were at the stadium. You were at the stadium. Is that what Lars is? I'm just making sure because I ain't gonna lie, you guys. That stadium name changed a lot of names. It went from Digital Health to what? Home Depot before the Depot to I forgot how many times. It's called Lars, right? The actual. You have drove down, had to. Oh yeah, hell yeah. You want to see Chicharito? You want to see Douglas Costa? You shit. I would too. Shit, but I'm not a Galaxy fan. I'll go when LAFC plays Galaxy. Hopefully I could go, cause those be the most expensive tickets, but it's not that bad. It's around 100 something right now, so it's not that bad. But yeah, and then yeah, and then LFC is looking good too, man. I'm telling you, Vela with the hat trick. I'm reporting him for being a terrorist. Just saved the Lunchable Kingdom. Let's go, Prez. Oh, the Riot Squad. Yeah, you're part of it. Are you part of the Riot Squad, Squid? Eric got that phone call push if you know. The MLB hub of the planet. Are you part of the Riot Squad, Squid? Hector Herrera is coming to the MLS. Oh, that's interesting. He's not working out in Atletico, huh? I know Atletico's going through a little slump right now. I heard. I haven't been checking up on La Liga. But yeah. Eric, what's good? What's good? Salutation. What up? I'd only see Chivas at our stadium. I'll never step your foot in that barn they got in the heart of the city. Damn, Squid. You're attacking. You're attacking my team, bro. Damn, Squid. Hey, it's all fine. It's all fun and games. It's all fun. It's all fun. He leaving the team. Okay. At least MLB will happen have a single A team block my house, and I drive 4+ hours to Oakland for 60+ games a year. Now I could walk a block. Walk a block. Walk a block. Yeah, I was like what? Where's Herrera gonna play? I don't know. I mean, I just gotta think of teams, and I mean, I don't know where he'll work anywhere in the MLS, but it just depends who would pay him money. Walk a block, okay. Damn, do I not have LAFC fans in the chat? Damn, LA Galaxy, yep. Nope. It's all about LAFC, man. We're in the heart of the city. But back to this combine shit before we get a little bit off topic. We've been getting off topic for the past like 30 minutes, but that's fine because Manfred. So just to sum up, while you guys are joining me, Manfred is full of shit. The MLB season, my go-to shit. We talk about the season for soccer, and that's what you missed so far. And also, you missed that earlier. I was not there with Coach Dante because things happen, life happened, so I had to just take a step back. But he held it down for me, so shout out to him. We will be live every day, so I should be good to go tomorrow. Hopefully nothing happens, but I don't think nothing's gonna happen. And the official drills start Thursday, so and we're gonna be live for about 7 hours Thursday. 7 hours. But yeah, so this is my prospect list of 25. If you guys remember a couple weeks back for who was there, every 5 is a different set of rounds. So 1 through 5 is like who would I go with at round 1, 5 through 10 round 2, 10 through 15 round 3, 15 through 20 round 4, and 5 through 7 anything beyond. So it's gonna get raised to 50 prospects after the combine. And this, as you can see already, if you compare this list to the last big board I had, it's major changes, major changes. So with the first one is of course Devin Lloyd. With the second one is Traylon Burks. For the third one is Andrew Booth. I've been saying, guys, if you guys remember, I've been talking about Andrew Booth since a couple weeks back when I first started, just full blown going into this, right? Andrew Booth is a dog, bro. And I wouldn't be mad if nobody's there, like the Kobe Dean. I mean, not the Kobe Dean, like Devin Lloyd or Traylon Burks or somebody top over there, and we're left with like Andrew Booth and like McDuffie and Wyatt, bro. It's between Booth, McDuffie, and Wyatt. You see those three right there. I'm starting to really like Andrew Booth even more than what I already did, and Trent McDuffie has been rising on my draft board. And then Devontae Wyatt, I think Devontae Wyatt is above Nakobe Dean and Jordan Davis the more I see it. That boy Devontae Wyatt is better than his partner in crime of Jordan Davis. And with the 26-second pick, the mighty Las Vegas Raiders select Andrew Booth, Jr. Clemson. Yeah. So I'm really high on Andrew Booth and Trent McDuffie, man. And these are the people that I think will fall to us. So if you don't see somebody like Stingley or Kyle Hamilton, it's not because I don't like them. It's because I think they won't drop to 22. So now going from 6 to 10. 6 to 10. 6 to 10. We have Nakobe Dean at 6 for me. Garrett Wilson. This guy has been rising on my draft board. And I said this, I think 3 lives ago. Somebody else's live. I forgot who's live. The more I look at Wilson, bro, the more I could see why a lot of people had the Ohio State receivers up there, man. He's great in separation. He has good hands. He's pretty fast. I believe Wilson's 6'1" or 6 foot, 6 foot or 6'1", one of those. But great receiver, man. And depending how the receiving draft class goes, how they're gonna be drafted, Wilson could drop to the second round, bro. But I don't think. But I think because he's rising so much and he does good at the combine, I'm pretty sure he's gonna go straight up to the first round. And I think he's already in the first round, anyways. So maybe he'll go from like the mid to probably the beginning. Garrett Wilson has the possibility. So, also on my list, I have Travis Jones from UConn. I like what I see from Travis Jones. Roger McCreary. This is another corner. You know how when we look at tape, right? We like seeing every single game, right? So I've seen every single game. Well, pretty much every single game that Roger McCreary played. And the thing is with Roger McCreary, what I like about him is the will to not give up. So let's just say, he's chasing down somebody. He got the motor for it. He goes against the best of the best. A game in specific that I enjoyed watching from Roger McCreary that I would recommend anybody to go watch is the Alabama game. Alabama against Auburn. Roger McCreary was going against Jamison Williams and John Mechie. They had to switch around so Mechie could be on somebody else, and that's how Mechie got the yards. Mechie torched their second corner, but for Roger McCreary, he did his job for whoever was on his side. As far as Roger McCreary, I like everything, man. I like what I see from Roger McCreary. He's been rising on my draft board. I think he'll be there in the second round. Possibility might not be there because the beginning second round they might give a chance on him, somebody else. So who knows? Then at 10, I have Jordan Davis. Jordan Davis has fallen on my draft board, and as you could see, Drake London is not in my top 10 no more, or my top 5. Sadly, I love Drake London, man. I'm a big USC fan, and the last few receivers that came out of USC have been good, but he just doesn't fit us. Drake London doesn't fit us, for one, and for two, we need speed, and he's not necessarily the fastest person in the draft, but I think he's one of the best run after catches because he breaks so many tackles. But I don't think he's a good fit for us because we already have Brian Edwards. So there's no point of trying to get Drake London and then just pushing Brian Edwards to the side. I think Brian Edwards could have himself a pretty good season as long as, they coach him up right. They use him right and they finally use him the right way. But I like I dropped Jordan Davis to 10 because of his motor. I mean, everybody talk about his motor, and it is always his motor, man. I think that's one of the most important things coming out of a rookie, right? As a rookie, you gotta be ready to go and ready to go on every play. For Jordan Davis, that's not it. He would be a rotational piece. Why get him in the first round for a rotational piece? You need a certified starter. I mean, yeah, Jordan Davis might start because in the beginning of the game he might be out there, but then he'll get tired, and then you got to take him out. I want a guy that's gonna be a starter and he's gonna play in day in, day out, probably 90% of the snaps. And that's why I had like Devin Lloyd. I had Andrew Booth, I had Burks, I had all these people that could. So now I have Logan Hall at 11. So I think out of all the D tackles, Logan Hall is below Jordan Davis still, just because of value. I think Jordan Davis will go in the second round, and I think Logan Hall will go in the third. I think we could get a solid DT later. The DT from Idaho is pretty good. Wouldn't be mad at him for a fifth round pick. Okay. What up, SC Experience? What up, AT6? Make sure to stack up them like buttons, stack up them Lunchables. You guys already know how it goes. Welcome to the SC Experience. Of course, man. If you haven't yet, go hit me up on IG at s.c_experience. My YouTube is, of course, SC Experience, and my Twitter is SCEXP, lowercase xp 21. And I don't really use Twitter like that, so if you want to get a hold of me, Instagram, of course. So, at 12, I have Christian Watson, North Dakota State. I think he's fast and tall, bro. He's got the physical and the mental tangibles, and he could easily go in the late second, third. So we could get him in the late second or even the third because I think he's going to go into the second round, man, especially if he has himself a day in the combine. I truly do. Then we go to 13 through 15 pretty much. I got Chad Muma from Wyoming. Then Brian Asamoah from Oklahoma. Mario Goodrich from Clemson. And John Ridgway from Arkansas. As far as Chad Muma goes, I still have him above Asamoah or Asamoah. I have him over him because what I've seen so far between the two, I don't know. I don't really like comparing two different linebackers at the similar range because one's better than the other on certain things, right? As far as Chad Muma and Brian Asamoah goes, right? For Chad Muma, maybe I just seen a little bit more tape from him than from Brian. So hopefully I could try to get a little bit more Oklahoma tape actually, and I could see more of him. So I will. Like I said, this list will for sure change after the combine. But I'm gonna go look back. Just for now, I have Chad Muma over Brian. So and then I have Goodrich over Ridgeway just because I like what I see from Goodrich to him. And maybe you can make the case that Goodrich was good because of Andrew Booth on the other side, but who knows, right? So I think next week after the combine, I know for sure, right, Ridgeway will jump up on this list for me. I think he'll end up at like 14 because I think you can still get him in the third round. John Ridgeway is a dog. John Ridgeway, if you've seen his Senior Bowl, was pretty good. And his Senior Bowl drills, bro, He was beating up on guards and tackles, bro. He was pushing them all the way back, and I was like, damn. This guy got strength. This guy knows how to position himself, and he's a great steal at a third rounder, bro. After that, of course, I have where is it? Oh, Lil Chanel from Wisconsin, Brandon Smith from Penn State, Tariq Woolen from UTSA, Max Mitchell from Louisiana Cajuns, I believe, and Ken Mays from Tennessee. So we know a lot about Lil Chanel. It's been thrown out there. Brandon Smith as well. Tariq Woolen has been thrown around over there, and he's tall. He's physical. He's that corner we need at those later rounds, man. Tariq Woolen will be a steal at 4th round, 5th round. He said, "Woo-ha, Eric. What's up? El Capitan Rafael has arrived." And man, Jordan Davis from Georgia, that would be a shocker. Yeah, Jordan Davis is gonna fall, and it's just because things knock a lot of people. Believe it or not, if some receiver runs faster than another receiver that we didn't expect, oh my God, that would turn a lot of heads, bro. I'm telling you, these little things matter, bro. People, some people say, "Oh, it's just a combine. Oh, it's just a pro day." But trust me, bro, they matter. They matter a lot. These combine shits matter a lot. What up, Dirty Raider? How are you, man? What's up? What's up? Thank you for joining me, man. Everybody hit that like button. Please subscribe if you're new. We're on the road to 400. We're at 381. We're 19 away from 400. Right now, I'm just going through my list of 25 prospects again. This is my second draft board. A couple weeks back, I made another one, and this is a major changes already. And once the combine is over, I will have a 50 draft prospect board after the combine. Eric, what's up? What up, Dirty Eric? How are you, man? What's up, Dirty? What's up? What's up, Eric? Prince Sean, what's up, man? Thank you for joining me. I'm just going through my list. I'll go by it right now. I like what I see from Max Mitchell. But I gotta, I want to double check with every single person on this list that I made. So I'm gonna go back and watch more film later on today. Try to see. As far as Ken Mays goes, I love what I see for Ken Mays, man. Those boys in Tennessee, man, don't sleep on them. Trust me, don't sleep on those Tennessee boys. Ken Mays is very, very good, for his value. He's in the later rounds, so you won't get him in the 1st, 2nd, 3rd, or even 4th. He might be there in the 5th, 6th, 7th. So I think he'll be a perfect value there, man. A guard that could be behind our main guard and end up, once our main, whoever our veteran guard may be, you sit Cade Mays behind, Cade Mays should be ready to go, bro. And once that certain guard leaves. He has all the tangibles, man. As far as 22 through 25, I have Cordell Volson, which I love Cordell Volson, man. This boy, bro, they when they did the report and what I seen is that he hates people. What that means is that whichever defensive end he's going for, he hates him because he will be playing very, very physical and throw them down, man. He will do his tackle job in protecting the quarterback, bro. That's what I mean by hating people. Like, he hates people, bro. Not in the way of the locker room, but like on the field. It's crazy. And he's 6'7", I believe 300 and something pounds. He's tall. He has the physical attributes to be a great tackle in the league. And you could get him in the later rounds. And you sit him behind a Morgan Moses. Oh, you're set. Oh, you're set, bro. Oh, you're set, bro. You're set for your future. At 23 is James Cook. I love what I see from James Cook. If you look at James Cook tape, he runs just like his brother, bro. I keep saying that because it's so true, bro. I always think it's Dalvin Cook running out there, bro. He runs just like his brother. And yes, his brother is Dalvin Cook, y'all. If you didn't know that, Dalvin Cook is James Cook's brother. So, and as far as 24 and 25, I have Hassan Haskins from Michigan. I think Hassan Haskins is the reason why Michigan beat Ohio State finally. Hassan Haskins had tremendous games towards the end, back to back, great games. Hassan Haskins is a dog. He's a smaller built guy, like like a Tony Pollard type of guy, where he's a little speedster, can read the gaps, knows how to maneuver, doesn't do too much. That's Hassan Haskins. I think you get him in the later round, but don't get mad if somebody in the second or third round picks Hassan Haskins, bro. Do not be surprised if somebody in the second and third round picks Hassan Haskins, bro. Pierre Strong Jr. From South Dakota State is another guy I started recently looking at a lot of tape. I like what I see, man. But yeah, so just to recap for the people just joining us about my top 25 list for the Raiders, not overall of the draft, but for the Raiders, I have Devin Lloyd, Treylon Burks, Andrew Booth, Trent McDuffie, Devontae Wyatt, N'Kobe Dean, Garrett Wilson, Travis Jones, Roger McCreary, Jordan Davis, Logan Hall, Christian Watson, Chad Muma, Brian Asamoah, Mario Goodrich, John Ridgway, Lil Chanel, Brandon Smith, Tariq Woolen, Max Mitchell, Ken Mays, Cordell Volson, James Cook, Hassan Haskins, and Pierre Strong Jr. Right here is my top 25 this time. If you guys remember my last list, I had people like Drake London in there, which he's out of this list because, like I said earlier, I love Drake London, man. I would love to get a USC boy, but we need somebody a little bit faster. So that's not Drake London. The separation has been a question for him. And, in my opinion, I think he could get separated. He could get separation at the next level. But I just feel like the speed will really catch up to him. Because if you put a speed corner on him, it'll be pretty easy to guard just because of, the speed, But Drake London is going to be a baller, I believe, in the NFL. But I don't want him with us. He's not a good fit with us. I think I'd rather him go to another team like the Eagles that need somebody like him, because he's a 50-50 goal getter. So he's better than Brian Edwards, but it's what Brian Edwards is supposed to be, if that makes sense. So Drake London is gonna most likely go to another team. Like I said, I root for these USC boys to do good, man. Amonte Brown started looking like the number one receiver over there in Detroit, and then got the best of quarterback over there. So looking good at Detroit is pretty good. You look at Treylon Burks. I mean, not Treylon Burks. You see people like Michael Pittman Jr. being that number one for Colts. T.Y. Hilton is kind of on the decline, so Michael Pittman's over there. Robert Woods was really good before he got hurt this season. He did very, very good. Juju Smith was good before he started doing all the TikTok bullshit. I believe he could have been way better if he stopped doing that TikTok bullshit and all that dancing. He would have continued doing good. And that hit on him, man. That hit on him. What else? I'm trying to think of another. I'm trying to think, but those are a couple of them. But yeah, I think Drake London should not come to the Raiders. Is not a good fit for him. And, there is a lot of question marks compared to Burks. But we also got to remember that Burks has gotten injured in the past twice. He had a season-ending injury in the beginning, and then he had a neck and chest injury towards last season. So we got to keep that in mind too. Nobody really wants to talk about, that aspect of it, but I barely realized that he has had an injury history for Treylon Burks as well. We all know Drake London, the ankle is another thing that knocks him, so that's why I don't have him on my list. But as far as Burks, he has gotten injured in the past, so that's a question mark as well. But like I said, somebody that's been on my list has been, somebody that's been raising on my list has been Wilson, Garrett Wilson from Ohio. He has the potential of being, a top 2, top 3 receiver, man, in the draft. Garrett Wilson, I love what I see from the kid, man. He's quick. Like I said, separation is excellent. Route running is beautiful. Hands, good. Yeah, Garrett Wilson has it all. He's 6'1" or 6 foot. I don't remember. And it's just that he played next to Olave. So you could make the case that maybe Olave opened it up for Wilson. Maybe a lot of people opened it up for Wilson. Maybe, CJ Stroud to being mobile and buying time gave Garrett Wilson the ability, stuff like that. It's little things for every single person because there's always knocks on everybody, right? For Wyatt, a knock is he played next to Jordan Davis, so maybe that's why Devontae Wyatt was better. And you can make the case that Nakobe Dean is above Brandon Smith and stuff because Nakobe Dean played behind an excellent D line. There's always a case you can make for every single player, right? So, no matter what the player is, there's going to be a knock. There's going to be a con because no rookie is perfect unless you're like a generational talent. I thought Hutchinson was a generational talent this year. So I don't know why he's dropping on a lot of draft boards as far as Hutchinson in general. I got to see what happened. Maybe people are making the case that Ojabos and, stuff like that. So, Michael says, Eric, where do you have Troy Anderson on your board? I don't have Troy Anderson, sorry. I still need to look at more film, but I like what I see for Troy Anderson. Shout out to Ozzy for that one. Troy Anderson's a beast, very versatile. It's just his speed as a linebacker is not the best. It's not elite speed. It's not good speed. And as far as play action, when they play action, the offense, it kind of makes Troy Anderson bite. It kind of makes him, hesitate when it comes to play action. Also his hips, pause. His hips, his change of direction is not very good. So that's a key component for me when I look at linebackers is the way they change direction. Their movement. But yeah, so he had a bad chip game. Yeah, I kind of figured. Michigan did do pretty bad. So, and Hutchinson was locked down in the national championship. I mean, in the playoffs. He in that bowl game, like you said, EJ. I remember that game because I was behind the scenes while they were calling it, and I was looking at it, and he was non-existent, bro, on that bowl game. So I could see why they're finally knocking him. It just took a while to knock him. Farrell, what up, Farrell? What's up, man? He says, salute to SC and everybody in the chat, man. Salute to you. Thank you for joining us. Please hit that like button. Stack them up like a Lunchables, the Capri Sun, killer, of course. And for everybody that is here, for anybody that's new here, please hit that subscribe button as well. We're on the road to 400. We're at 381. And shout out to EJ dropping the links, man. Dirty in the basement, man. Dirty Raiders basement right there, man. His YouTube is right there. If you haven't yet, go sub up to my boy there, man. He's monetized, so thank you for getting him there. It was long overdue, but it's always fun in the basement, man. Make sure to go check out his YouTube if you haven't yet. My boy Farrell, he also has a YouTube channel, y'all. Y'all seen him in a couple of my morning hours. I gotta do the morning hours again. Speaking of that, but yeah, shout out to Farrell and EJ for dropping the link, man. Go sub up to my boy Farrell, man. Great content over there, man. He started to make them videos, dropping them bangers, man. Shout out to Ozzy. Troy Anderson was the bust. Damn, Michael. But yeah, so I don't know. Let me know. Hey, chat. So you guys see my 25 prospects right here. Out of the 25 prospects, who's somebody you would leave out or somebody you would put in that you didn't see on my list? Put somebody, we'll talk about it. Put somebody, and remember, this list is based on who would fall to the Raiders. It's not overall, as in the whole draft. I'm talking about who would fall to the Raiders. So is there somebody that I didn't talk about in this list that you have on your list? Michael said Paul. What up, Anthony? What up? Well, thank you for joining us, man. Hit that like button. But yeah, so like I said, the 25 prospects here, you see them here on your screen right here. You see it there. So is there anybody that I missed that you guys have on your list? Is there anybody that you want me to take a look at? Is there anybody that's been on your guys' list? Trevor Penning from Iowa, Northern Iowa. I like Trevor Penning. Um, yeah. So as far as Trevor Penning goes, I think he's gonna go in the first round. Um, uh, what I love for him is the physical dominance he has and his presence. Right. He plays that, power role, which is perfect in our system. But do we really want to pick an offensive tackle in the first round? That's the question, right? Trevor Penning is a first rounder. I believe he's a first rounder, especially a late first rounder. So, um, yeah. Yes, EJ, from any sleepers or first rounders, no matter what round it is, let me know. Let me know. But yeah, Trevor Penning is a dog. I think he's gonna go first round. So, do we really want to go for an offensive tackle in the first round? Um, Avakazi says, I think we should ask the draft guru. He's talking about Queen. There goes Avakazi. What up, Avakazi? Hit that like button, man. Thank you for joining me. Um, I don't know. I don't know where Queen's at, man. Queen hasn't been popping up in my lives. Queen apparently hates me now. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. But she's always on other people's live, man. In her comment section. She's not in my comment section no more. Uh, but EJ, yeah, EJ from any round, any round. These were my 25 prospects. So if you have anybody that I didn't have on my list, write them down. Maybe I missed somebody. You never know. This is my 25 prospect list. Yep. So we got Charles Cross. See, Charles Cross is another offensive tackle that's going to go in the first round. I believe he's going to go in the top 20. Top 15, maybe. The AJ show straight out of the Florida Gators. The Florida Gators fan base right here. The AJ show, man. Make sure to hit that like button. Thank you for joining me, AJ. I appreciate it. And no, it's all about USC, man. Get that Gator shit out of here. Justice Schaefer, the guard from Georgia, right? Justice Schaefer, the guard from Georgia, I believe. Um, yeah, Justice Schaefer, I believe I forgot where I had him on my list. I think as far as rounds, I think third to fourth for Justice Schaefer. I think third to fourth for Justice Schaefer. Um, Justice Schaefer, he could be a developmental guard, in my opinion. And that's why he'll go in the later rounds. I don't think he's a first or second rounder. I believe third, fourth, fifth, that day 2, day 3 type of guy. Georgia had a pretty decent O line. I think the only thing, and of course they won the national championship, so that rises his stock. He's a winner. He's a winner. And yeah, you're right, EJ. He has the measurables to be a sleeper, 6'4", 331 pounds. He's got the tangibles, man. Got the measurements. And like I said, he could be a sleeper where he could be that next man up, type of guy, right? Unless it's a team that desperately needs a guard and doesn't have no veteran presence on that guard position, and they need an O line, then they'll probably go just to Schaefer later on. He could start. I mean, it just depends what team he goes to, because I don't think he'll be a starter on a lot of teams, but I really think he's a developmental guard, that could, like I said, develop into something great, behind somebody, like a veteran, like uh, a Noel, a Norwal, these different things. What up, Ern? How are you, man? Hey, make sure to hit that like button, Ern. Goger, yup, Goger gangster, you already know. But yeah, so I like Justice Schaefer. Like I said, he will be in the later rounds. Um, might not start right away, but good depth and refine his technique. Just leans too much. He is a good next man up. Yep, right there. I agree with you. I said it too. Next man up. That's what I see him as. But yeah, like a developmental guard. He's got little things to kind of tweak a little, and he should be fine. He should be fine. So day 2, day 3 guy, late day 2, early day 3 type of guy. I wouldn't doubt it if somebody picks him in the third round, late third round or some shit. So yeah. Any other names, man? I got about 9 minutes. 9 minutes. 9 minutes. Any other names, y'all, that you didn't see on my top 25 that you want to talk about? Da-da-da-da-da. Shout out to everybody that was in the chat today, man. I had to make it up for y'all, man. I wasn't there earlier with my boy Coach Dante. He held it down for me though. He held it down for me. So shout out to him, man. I had to make it up here with the live. So I went live. I said, a lot of things have happened today. So I kind of got to get my mind off of things. So I came on here to talk some football, talk some drafts, talk some combine, talk some baseball, talk some soccer. That's all we talked about in this live right here. It was amazing, man. So, if you're just joining me, make sure to hit that like button. Make sure to hit that like button. But yeah. So let me double check something. Making sure everything's okay. 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 Okay, got it. Okay, I double check something. He said, Career Ilham from Florida. Okay, speaking of Florida, Ilham is good in man. He's decent in zone. He's better in man than he is in zone. In my opinion, he's very physical. He's a physical type of guy. If I remember, he's pretty tall too. I think around the 6'1", 6'2" range. He's got the physical attributes. He's very physical as a corner. He's a good tackler. Like I said, he's great in man, decent in zone. And yeah, I like Kyrie Lam. I think he might be a second round type of guy. Uh, you know, one of his knocks for me is his run defense, his run defending. It has gotten better year in and year out. So every year it's getting better. But that's something that's got to be like, would that move on to the NFL? You need a guy that is good against both the run and the pass when it comes to a corner. Free agency is about 15 days away. You're right. You know anything about Kyle Phillips? I know some people like him, and he is on a rival team. Kyle Phillips, I've been recently looking at him. Recently, I haven't looked at enough film to give you a full blown analyzation. But I could say, as much as he plays for UCLA, he was pretty good for them. But I need to, like I said, EJ, I don't want to give you any false things. So let me watch some more tape, and then we'll talk about it during the combine streams, in the upcoming days. Hey SC, what's up? What's up, Raider for Life? How are you, man? Hopefully you're having a blessed day, man, as well as everybody in the chat. Blessings to you guys and your families. Much love for you guys joining me. I had to make up for earlier. Sadly, some things happened earlier, so that's why I wasn't there when my boy Coach Dante, but Coach Dante held it down. So shout out to him. So everybody just joining me. Sorry for earlier the inconvenience. Life hit me, but I had to make it up for you guys, man. I had to do this combine preview, show you my draft profile and my draft big board, and also yeah, trying to get my mind off of things. So this really helps. There's a strong safety from Division 3. His 6'2", 225, runs a 4.3 ball hawk named oh my god, Alvarado Martinez. Over his college career, he had 25 interceptions, 13 and 18. This guy. That's funny. That's funny. Hey, screw it. Hey, screw it. Sounds like a first round talent. Sounds like a first round talent, man. Sounds like a first round talent. Sounds like a first round talent. Let me see something. Trying to look at Steve. Okay, all right. What's up? Let's see who else is there. I'm drafting him in the first round. Hey, that sounds like a dog. Y'all heard it here, Alvaro Martinez. I want Sheldon Richardson in the middle of free agency. Yeah, he's been a guy that I had on my free agency board, but very questionable, very questionable with Sheldon Richardson. The more I see it, just got to see what happens. He is cheap though. Better minimum. Eric, did you check out Calvin Austin III? I did. I actually did. For me, his speed is great. Can be a slot. He has the best separation because of his speed. Route running is decent. You know, um, I believe if I'm not mistaken, he has kind of a vertical, but I think I I let me remember a little bit. Yeah. Okay. Now thinking about it, some of the knocks is his height, man. He's 5'7". He's a 5'7" receiver. It's pretty, damn short for a receiver. Um, but he's fast, so he does got that. He has good hands, but due to his physical features, he he doesn't have a big catch radius. So it has to be pinpoint for the quarterback to throw it to him. Pinpoint. So, that's a knock. The radius, him being 5'7", of course, that's another thing, him being a 5'7", but he is fast, like I said, so he could be a deep threat, man. He's a deep threat. And yeah, a good punt returner as well. Is going to get to that, so he could return the punts. We could get him in the 7th round, 6th round. He's fast, he's quick. He's a quick guy. What up, Coach Dante? Thank you for holding it down earlier, man. I greatly appreciate it, man. Things came up, you know how life is. But thank you. But we will be live every day, y'all. So make sure to stay tuned for that. Um, as long as nothing happens for me, we should be ready to go. But shout out to Coach Dante for holding it down earlier. Deep threat that could take the top off the defense, or true number one. He could take the top off the defense because he's quick. Calvin Austin is quick. Or are you asking me would I rather have a deep threat or a true number one? If you're asking me if I want a deep threat or a true number one, I would say for me, it's kind of hard because when you think about it, you need a deep threat in this system similar so you could open it up for everybody doing the mid to short routes. But then you do need a true number one that you could target, so everybody could the defense could keep their eyes on him and open it up for the rest of us. You could go either way. I think regardless, you don't really need a number one in the system. But you do need another person to try to take the eyes off of Renfro and Waller and other people on the offense, right? So he'll be a great punt returner. Yeah. He's a good, like I say, he's a good punt returner. He's quick. He's one quick guy. He's too short to play what we need. We don't need another short guy, but we could use a deep threat, right? So, but a 5'7" guy that has a smaller radius, it's like very questionable when he has a small catchy radius. I want him in the 4th. I think he will be there at 6'7". I really do. We need both a deep threat and a number one. We are missing both. Yeah. Um, I just got to see the system on the Raiders team. You know. Um, but we are just based on how Josh McDaniels runs his offense. You do need a lot of these faster guys just because a lot of people a lot of players were the slot guys in the Patriots. So, they made slot guys be a deep threat as well. So very versatile. We do need speed. And also thanks SC, appreciate of course, man. I'm always trying to answer everybody's question, he is a gadget guy that could score from any place on the field. Like I said, he's quick, man. He's got tangibles to burn people on that defense. It's just a matter of fact of when it comes to the radius of the catching, it's very, very small. And he's 5'7". So if the ball, were to get placed in a situation where usually a 5'11" or 6'1" type of receiver can get, it's kind of gonna be a little bit, a worry. But he does got the vertical, and like I said, he will be there in the later rounds. He is fast, and we do need a kick returner, punt returner. Take the. I know we got Tyron Johnson. I know Tyron Johnson is supposed to be it, but hey, we don't only, if having two guys that are fast on that special teams to help, so we don't have Renfro rotating or anything, I'm all fine by it. Facts. We need special team badasses. Yeah. What? Like we need a punt return or kick return touchdown, bro. Like like again. I think the last time we had a kick return punt return was in, oh my god, it was against the Broncos. If you guys remember, it was against the Broncos. Um, we had a kick return. That was the last kick return we practically had. So we need somebody to help on special teams when it comes to that. We got our kicker, we got our punter, but we need that punt returner, kick returner that's gonna take it to the house sometimes, man. We could score if we could score from special teams here and there. Not saying every time, but like at least twice a season or something. That'd be crazy. Or once every season, or stuff like that. It would really help out our team. If we're up by 14-7 and we kick return a touchdown, then we're up 21-7. Then that'll make sure that the offense rests up even more. And let's just say our offense was out there for a lot of time, then they won't really get tired because then you give them that rest from scoring. And then for the defense, if they take away the ball more, which I believe we're going to take away the ball more and get more sacks this season, they will have more rest time too. And both coaches on both sides could really truly adjust. Josh McDaniels can adjust. Patrick Graham can adjust. So I love that, man. We won last season without not adjusting too much. So imagine with us adjusting now, that'll be crazy. That'll be crazy. So we just gotta see, like I said. Let me see. Let me check the like buttons, man. Make sure to hit that like button. We're at 35. Try to get a 40. Let's try to get a 40. I'm gonna go till 2 hour mark. So in about 27 minutes, I'll end it. I'll go 27 minutes more. I want to get my mind off of things, so I'm gonna stay here a little bit. Jacoby Ford returned a kickoff way back for sure. But yeah, so like I said, that was my draft board there. As far as news, like I said, I haven't seen too much. Maybe I just haven't. Let me see. Combine news. Oh, this is the wrong one. Combine news. Let's see some sleepers from CBS. I know we don't like CBS, but nah, I'm not gonna go CBS. I'm trying to see if there's news. So the Jaguars are open for business for the number 1 pick, apparently. Brian DeBow and Joe Schoen both had a press conference today at the combine. Patriots reportedly meeting with the top wide receiver prospects, so they might go receiver, like I said earlier. Breaking down the top 5 prospects at each defensive position heading to the combine. All right, let's look at this list, y'all. Let's analyze this. We got a little bit more time. We got to see the list, though. Let's see the CBS list. Let's see what they got. I haven't read this, so let's check it out together. So this is the top 5 prospects at each defensive position heading into the combine, according to CBS. I'll take it. What Jags want for the number 1 pick? Though it'll take a lot, bro. I think not only the first rounder this year, it'll take a first rounder next year. It'll take another a second next year, and possibly a 6th or 5th. It's gonna take a lot for the number 1 pick, bro. A lot. So as far as edge rusher, they have Hutchinson at 1. They have Thibodeau at 2. Majahi Sanders at 3. Arnold Ebiketie from Penn State at 4. And George Karlaftis at 5. Wow. I would put in Cameron Thomas like here. I would put George Karlaftis at 3. I would put so I'll put George Karlaftis at 3. I'll put Majahi Sanders at 5. And then I'll plug in Cameron Thomas at 4. That's what I would do. George Karlaftis plays like Trey Hendrickson. I haven't been seeing too much of this Penn State guy. Majahi Sanders has been a dog. People talk about Monte Sauce Gardner. I promise you, bro, go back to that game when they got blown out in the playoff game. Majahi Sanders and Amon Sauce Gardner were the bright spots, bro. They were the only bright spots of that defense. Majahi Sanders is a motortician. Why I say a motortician? Because he plays in day from first down to the fourth down, from the snap to the end of the play. He's quick. He's good off the line. He's a speed rusher type of guy. I categorize them as a speed rusher. So he's quick, has a spin move. He's not really of that bull rush guy. He's more of that spin, that swipe, that rush. That beat with speed and the edge. So yeah. Now let's see defensive line. They have Devontae Wyatt, Logan Hall, Fedarian Mathis, Jordan Davis, Perrion Winfrey. So I would change this. I'll keep Wyatt at 1. I would put Travis Jones at 2. Then I would put Mathis at 3. Then I would put then I would take out. No, wait. I gotta think of it. I'll put Devontae Wyatt at 1. And then I would put Logan Hall at 5. I would put Travis Jones. I'll put Travis Jones instead of Mathis for now. And then I would leave it off with Jordan Davis at 5, and then move Logan Hall to 4. And then Travis Jones at 2. And then Mathis. And Jordan Davis at 3. Yeah, that's something I would switch right there. So, yeah. Maybe it's gonna change. I don't know. For off ball, so off ball linebackers, they have Nakobe Dean at 1, Chad Muma at 2, Devin Lloyd at 3. Wow. 4, Brian Asamoah from Oklahoma at 4, and Channing Tindall at Georgia. That's crazy. That's crazy. I don't agree with this. I would go Devin Lloyd at 1. I would go Nakobe Dean at 2. I would then go Chad Muma, then Brian Asamoah, then I'll put Brandon Smith instead of Channing Tindall. I would put Brandon Smith at that 5 position. Moving on to corners here. Derek Stingley, number 1, Roger McCreary, number 2, Andrew Booth, number 3, Sauce Gardner at 4, and Kyle Gordon at 5. Honorable mention, Trent McDuffie. So, what I would do on this one right here in particular, let me zoom in a little. I would keep Stingley at 1. I would put Sauce Gardner at 2. Then I would put Andrew Booth at 3. Then I would put Roger McCreary at 4. And then I'll put Trent McDuffie at 5. That's how I would set up my list. I think Andrew Booth is technically better than McCreary. And I think Sauce Gardner is better than both of them. So Sauce Gardner should be in that 2 position. In my opinion. So then I would just switch McCreary and Sauce Gardner. I would flip them. I would flip them. The next one is Kyle Hamilton at 1, Daxton Hill at 2, Jalen Petrier at 3, Jaquan Brisker at 4, and Lewis Side at 5. So I would keep Kyle Hamilton 1. I would keep Kyle Hamilton at 1, Daxton Hill at 2, Jalen Petrier. I like Jalen Petrier. Or Petri, Jalen Petri. I like, man, the Baylor boys did pretty good in the Senior Bowl. I always say the Baylor boys are good. We're good at the Senior Bowl. So, Jalen Petrie, when I see tape from him, he's very well, man. He's very disciplined. I like what I see from him. I could see why he's at number 3. I gotta think of what other safeties are in this draft. I'm trying to remember. You know, um, I know I heard the name Nick Cross. I've heard the name Nick Cross out there. You can make a case for Nick Cross being at 5 instead of Sign, but I don't have a problem with this list. I think I would personally trade. I would personally switch Jaquan Brisker and Jalen Petrie, right? Petrie, Jalen Petrie, right there. I would switch those two. But from there, Kyle Hamilton and Dexter Hill, I wanted to is amazing. I mean, I don't have a problem with it. And from there, that's about it there. I'm trying to see if there's any news. Um, NFL players' ages questions its relevance. Bulky, you're always open for business for the number 1 pick. Matt Corral won't work out at the scouting combine. Stingley and Mark Corral. So speaking of Stingley, like I said earlier, for everybody just joining me, Stingley and Mark Corral are both not going to the combine. They're both not going to the combine. So yeah. So like I said, this might affect Stingley's draft stock a little bit, but I still think he would be the number 1 corner off the board. If I were to predict, I think Stingley would go number 1 still, regardless of him not going to the combine. But don't be mad if Amon Sauce Gardner goes first over Stingley. Because Sauce Gardner has the potential to go the number 1 corner off the board. So yeah. Shout out to Coach Dante. Say shout out to 13 man. The baseball union is going to talk next. They are? When are they talking? What time? What time are they talking? What time are they talking? But yeah, so it's not really big news. Just Stingley and Matt Corral. Not we know Matt Corral did get hurt in the bowl game, and Stingley, I didn't even know he had an injury, so that's probably gonna take a toll on him. But yeah, so when is the baseball union going to talk? Is it like right now, or like 30 minutes, or I'm trying to check. Let me see. Shout out to the 30 people watching right now. Please hit that like button, man. Stack them up. We're at 34 likes. Try to get a 40. But let me see if I could see. I'm trying to see. Make sure the Andrew Miller and the MLB on rejected MLBs. Okay. Oh, it is starting right now. You guys want to listen to it? So Max Scherzer is part of the MLBPA? Damn. So yeah, y'all, to end it off, I know it says scouting combine. I did give my combine stuff, but we did look at Robert Manfred's press conference earlier. So now we're gonna look at Max Scherzer's and Andrew Miller, see what they said, the MLBPA, and it's starting in a bit. So I have it right here set up, ready to listen in. Let's see. There we go.
As a former player, as a fan, for our game, today is a sad day. We came to Florida to navigate or to negotiate for a fair collective bargaining agreement. Despite meeting daily,
Can you guys hear it?
Here in Florida, there is still work that needs to be done. We are seeking improvements to our CBA because significant improvements are needed. We've made no mistake about that fact over the course of the last 3 or 4 years based on what we've seen on the field and off the field. It's against that backdrop of growing revenues and record profits for owners in the league that players seek and deserve nothing more than fundamental fairness.
Can you guys hear it?
Play. We all know that. But the reason we're not playing is simple. A lockout is the ultimate economic weapon. Let me repeat that. A lockout is the ultimate economic weapon. In a $10 billion industry, the owners have made a conscious decision to use this weapon against the greatest asset they have, the players. But the group won't be intimidated. I've seen more unity over the last few years than at any time in our recent history. Our guys care deeply about the game, care deeply about the fans, and care deeply about our player fraternity. And they are focused on improving the rights and benefits for today's generation of player and for the generations to come. Needless to say, we remain committed to the bargaining process and getting back on the field as soon as possible. So here we opening the floor.
What's good, Philly? We're listening to the MLBPA.
I'm sorry. I guess this is for anyone who wants to answer it. I mean, you guys knew coming in this was going to be contentious and they were going to kind of roll over for you. But was there anything about the way the owners approached this or their priorities that surprised you and complicated this even more than you thought?
Thank you for the question. And I suppose I should have introduced the folks that are here on the dais. To my right, Andrew Miller. To my left, Bruce Meyer with the PA. And Max Scherzer on his left. In regard to the process and what we've seen, the entire process has been an interesting one, to say the least. In a world where you are looking to make changes, make adjustments, make improvements based on what it is you're seeing, you understand that you need as much time as possible to work through those things. It's why we started the process when we did in April. It's why we made the core economic proposals that we did in the first part of May. It's why we remained available, whether on Zoom or as the pandemic afforded us the opportunity to meet in person. We made ourselves available then. It's why we sequestered ourselves in a hotel in Dallas with the hope of working toward an agreement. It's why we stood ready for 6 weeks after the lockout on December 1st, ready to have a discussion. It is remarkably interesting against the backdrop of the things that needed to be worked through to find ourselves on February 28th, over the course of the last week in West Palm Beach, working through the issues that, quite honestly, needed to be and could have been and should have been discussed in more depth much earlier than they were.
Damn.
Guys, and Tony, in light of your comments for any of you, there clearly was some progress, movement made these last couple of days. How far away do you think you are from a fair agreement?
We have work to do. The time here has been productive from the standpoint of having, again, conversations and dialogue that could have been had sooner. And I say that not because the issues aren't challenging. I say that because we've been committed to having those conversations since day one. So again, us being here over the course of the last week, productive conversation. We look forward to getting back to work at it as soon as possible.
If I could ask a follow, we've kind of all seen this storm coming for quite a while. There's just been a lot of rhetoric both ways. And I'm wondering if you feel now that we're here at this bad place, whether anything could have been done differently on your guys' side to avoid this.
Being done differently other than being available and making sure that the concerns that we had and the adjustments that we were looking to make were on the table as early as humanly possible to give us as much time to work through them. Yeah, I wouldn't have changed any of that. And let me say this too. Games were canceled today. We have a number of players that are here to my left, and I'm grateful for them being here. And they represent a much larger group that is out there. During the course of a player's career, you only get so many opening days. You're fortunate enough to get one in the big leagues. If you're an average major leaguer, you might see 4 of them. Having an opportunity to play as long as humanly possible and find yourself in a world where now for the second time in 2 years, the schedule is shorter than it otherwise should have been or could have been is a problem. Thank you.
Hey, this is for either Tony or Bruce. This is Maury Brown. So it was obvious that there was some concessions early on. Certainly there was word that expanded playoffs were there. There was talk about sponsor patches. I mean, there were a number of concessions very early on that seemed fairly comprehensive that might seem to make things move in a more positive direction by the league. First of all, was that by design? Was the sponsor patch conversation ever part of the conversation? And do you feel in retrospect that maybe having that out on the table early, given the fact that the owners seem to be more incremental in their movements, might have been detrimental?
Hi, Maurice, Bruce. I may be misremembering. I think we may have put that on the table in Dallas. In Dallas, in the hopes of trying to avoid a lockout. We came down there prepared, as always, to negotiate in good faith. In Dallas, we among other things, put those on the table. Also, I think for the first time said we would agree to a form of expanded playoffs, not the format that MLB wanted, but and those things had tremendous value to MLB. And so we think there are a lot of features in the things that we offer, obviously beneficial to players, but that would also have been a great benefit to the owners.
I have for Max and for Andrew. Looking at the goals of the overall group, it looks from far like basically the differences between the parties are money on CBT, the 0 to 3 pool, and minimum salaries. Is that the wrong impression we have? And if it's correct impression, how far are you apart from what you're looking for?
To speak on that specifically, that we came into these negotiations understanding that the landscape across the game has changed and that more young players more than ever are entering the game and producing at high levels than we've ever seen before. We as players wanted to address that and obviously raise their level of compensation up relative to league revenues so that better reflected that compensation level. And so as we navigated through the process, we still feel that there's dollars to be allocated towards them that would fairly compensate their contributions on the field more so than what's on the table at this point. And as players, we recognize that and continue to fight for those guys, that it's not about Andrew or me in the free agent level, that it's us as the free agents looking backwards and realizing that we need to allocate more of those resources to them.
It's not just money. The money can be important in order to have the market operate in a functional way, in which we've seen abuses and we've seen trends take advantage of maybe places in which players are not receiving as much as they're contributing, as well as we have been screaming for years about competition issues, and those are important to us. This is not just about shifting pieces of the pie around. This is about getting the game that we love to work and operate as best as it can and go out there and perform and let us focus on what we like to do, and that's compete.
This can be for anyone. Actually, I have two. Rob said something in his press conference about there being wiggle room. Is that an indication sort of that this wasn't the end point they were going to end at? That's not a great way of phrasing that. Did he indicate that to you, or did Dan or whoever indicate that there was wiggle room?
Hi, Hannah. I mean, it's fair to say that today they were very clear that the last thing they gave us was their best and final offer. They used the words best and final, as Dan did several times. But to be clear, as I understood that meant best and final before making their decision to announce canceling games. I assume they're not done negotiating. I hope they're not done negotiating. They have a legal obligation to negotiate. So I assume it's not best and final forever, but they were very clear that what they gave us today was best and final for today before making their decision to take down some games.
And they've been pretty clear that games that are canceled will not be made up and players will not be paid for that. How do you guys sort of see the schedule factoring into the negotiations going forward?
I'll just say that, their decision to say they won't reschedule games if games are canceled, or they won't pay players for those games that are canceled, is wholly their position. They're not legally required to take those positions. It would be our position in the event of games being canceled that as a feature of any deal for us to come back, that we would be asking for compensation or to have those games rescheduled. So again, they're free to take that position. We would have a different position. And of course, last year, as I think they actually proposed delaying the season by a month, and they actually proposed rescheduling games to get 154 in and to pay players for 162 for playing 154. So they can do it. There's a precedent for it.
To be clear, are you saying you would not agree to a deal that doesn't compensate players for 162 games?
Our position is that if the league decides unilaterally to pull down games, and then we have a deal that players should get compensated for those games.
The statement today said that you guys think that the owners are trying to break the union, and I'd love to hear from anybody who wants it, but particularly from Max and Andrew. Is there something about the way these negotiations have gone, something you've seen or heard or felt that tells you that? Where is that coming from?
It's not as simple as this negotiation. We've seen free agent markets not operate and the way that we expect them to. We've seen parts of the system not function the way they're supposed to. And, the tactics that we have seen when it does come to sort things out have been, needless to say, frustrating at times. So you start to wonder when you see, obviously COVID was a horrible situation for everybody in every place, but the return to work, the struggles we had with that. And, when we sit down and try to lay things out and work on the forthcoming CBA and address these issues, to have the difficulty in getting to the table and actually communicating, you start to wonder exactly how you're being looked at by the other side.
To echo that, it's more about unifying the union and understanding the desires from everybody in our group, and talking to all the guys over here and understanding that we were fighting together as one. We all understood the problems that were within the game that needed to be corrected. And together, we all together believed in what we were fighting for, and all the way to the end here of making sure that everybody understood what we were trying to accomplish, and that everybody wanted to accomplish the same goals for everybody.
Just real quick, as far as player unity goes and the length of time this could go, are there discussions about how long guys are prepared to not play?
We're prepared. We've seen this coming in a sense. It's unfortunate, but this isn't new to us. This is not shocking. It's, again, unfortunate, but our communication, our willingness to see each other's point of views and to find solutions and to fight for what's right is nothing like I've seen before. I can tell you that.
Right, and this has been making in the years of seeing things that have happened over the course, specifically of this last CBA, things that have happened to different players that has made us outraged in certain situations that we absolutely have to have corrections, and that's why.
Oh wow!
No commercial, motherfuckers. Oh, is that what the hell happened? Oh shit.
And more big issues to a long list of
My
issues
bad.
you already have. So what gives you the confidence that there is a better deal that could come your way?
Well, yeah, I think it's like any labor situation. I mean, our whole labor process basically plays out this way. We have our positions. We feel strongly about them. The players feel strongly about them. We think they're fair. We think they're reasonable. We've believe we've been negotiating good faith from the beginning. The league obviously has a different view, and this is the way the labor process plays out. The league is attempting, as Tony said, to use its economic weapons, and the players, as the guys have said, are unified in fighting for what's right here. So, the alternative is to take a deal that we and the players feel is not a fair deal. That's really the only alternative. Either take a deal that the players don't feel is fair, or continue to fight. At the end of the day, as you know, it's the league's lockout. They can decide to end it whenever they want. So players.
What's up, Alex? Hit that like button.
In that, but players, as Andrew said, and Max are committed to fighting for a deal that they think is fair.
And to that point, I'm just curious, at any point during this week, was there ever a conversation about the league lifting the lockout in exchange for some sort of no strike commitment or anything like that?
No.
We'll take another one from the Zoom call. Another question.
Hey, real quick, Rob mentioned in his presser that you guys needed to travel and that the soonest you guys could get together again would possibly be Thursday. When asked whether they would come to you guys or whether you would go to them, he alluded to the fact that they made the last offer and that basically kind of put it in your court. What is the soonest that you feel you will be able to re-engage since the ball in your court, and when do you feel you can re-engage?
Well, I'll say they made an offer, which again, they characterized as best and final. To me, that means don't bother counter offering. And that's what best and final means, at least today. In terms of whose court the ball is in, I think it's incumbent on both sides to be at the negotiating table. We're certainly prepared to do that whenever it makes sense, and I assume they are as well.
Understanding that the deadline was one that was chosen by the owners and then arbitrarily extended to kind of fit their thing, it still was enough to create urgency for a 17-hour negotiating session and 9 consecutive days of it. How do you recreate that? What recreates that kind of urgency that could get you all to a place where I get the sense you felt some progress was made as a result of a ticking clock?
Derek, I'll say this. If there's an interest to go back to the field now and continue to have a conversation, we'll go back to the field now and continue to have a conversation. From day one, we've been committed to the process and committed to having the discussions that needed to be had in order to find common ground on a fair agreement. It doesn't change. They set a deadline. We had a deadline at the end of the CBA. They set a deadline here. We're willing to stay here and have the conversation tomorrow. We're willing to fly back to New York. We're willing to go wherever we need to go to get back in the room and continue the dialogue that has begun, that began a long time ago, and that had some progress over the course of the last few days against the deadline that they set.
Do you get the sense, even with this press conference here, that the progress made is where you begin the next conversations, or does some of this then have to restart? Do you feel like where you're at, Bruce?
I guess I'll just say, as I think you guys know, there was some progress made on certain issues this week, but I think we've also been clear and consistent that there were major issues on which we were very far apart. We've said that to the media consistently. We've said that to the other side consistently. So that hasn't changed. There have been and still are, major issues. We'll continue to work on those and hopefully continue to build on the progress that we may have made on other areas. As you know, there are a lot of issues. So some we're further apart on than others, but ultimately we have to resolve all of them.
It's for Max. We know expanded postseason was one of those issues. Did you prefer 12-team postseason? If so, why? Because obviously a 14-team postseason meant more money towards the players, and I understand the competitive issue, but wasn't the money maybe worth the 2 teams, considering all the economic issues at hand?
Well, it really became down to a format issue. In a 14-team playoff structure, We felt like competition could be eroded in that scenario. And we had specific examples of different players who spoke up that highlighted that specifically for that reason. And through the, working with the economists, on the union staff, we felt like we had devised a format that would incentivize you would incentivize competition throughout all the seeds, and especially for division winners. And that was very, very important to us, because when we play 162 games, when you're out there, and I know we're all trying to win that division. I mean, that's such an important piece to this. When we're out there playing the games, to have that remain true. If that piece wasn't in the puzzle in the 14 team playoff structure, we didn't see that home field advantage. Solely home field advantage was going to be the necessary piece to try to go out there and win your division. And so for that reason, that's why a 12 team format made more sense to us.
The buy for the division winners wasn't an incentive enough?
But then continuing on from those division winners down, we didn't see the proper incentive for those other two division winners.
It was a buy just for one division winner?
Right. Yeah. Or each league. That's
right.
A core goal of this negotiation is to increase competition. There's no way we're leaving the table without something that does that. And there are proposals, and we've spent a lot of time debating the merits of various playoff formats, and there's probably not a better guy to ask in the room than Max. But we're not going to do anything that sacrifices competition and sees anything that points towards mediocrity. That's the antithesis of our game and what we're about as players.
We didn't understand why they didn't want to take us up on a more competitive format.
We have Liz Mullen on the phone.
Hi, can you guys hear me?
Yep.
Yes.
All right. Hi, Tony. Hi, Bruce. Hi, Chris. Hi, Sylvia. Hi, players. Liz Mullen, Sports Business Journal.
Damn, she
now
yelling.
That games are canceled. Is there what we've seen in other sports over the last couple of decades, the NHL specifically, we saw multiple players who were able to play hockey in Europe, professional hockey in Europe. I believe in the NBA, one of the NBA lockouts, at least one, we've seen exhibition games with NBA players. Are there any plans to do any sort of exhibition games or explore any foreign markets? And also, what are the training plans for the baseball players who are locked out? Thank you.
Thank you, Liz. There's nothing planned in regard to a global tour of exhibitions.
They said a global
As
tour.
we
What the
highlighted
hell?
earlier, there's a desire to get back in the room and back at the table. So that is the focus. But
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie.
to training.
I'm getting tired of this fucking press conference, though. All right. My bad, y'all. I'm getting, bro. That shit's crazy. That shit is crazy. Bro, it's all I heard from that shit. Like, literally, all I heard from that shit is that they just want to make it more competitive, higher pay. They say it's not about the money. Let's be honest. It's about the fucking money. Let's be honest. They said it's not about the money. It's about the money. Let's keep it 100. And the competition, they want to raise the competition, so they want to raise the playoff bracket or whatever the hell. And bro, I had to shut it off because it's taking way too damn long, and I'm trying to sit here and watch this shit and witness a bunch of bullshit throughout this whole thing. But Rob Manfred is a shit show. Rob Manfred's a shit show. Screw him. Screw this whole negotiation. It should get done. They said they're willing to fly anywhere to get the deal done. So get the deal done, because I'm not going to be here sitting here. They already canceled, 2 series or whatever somebody said in the chat. They canceled 2 series. That's ridiculous already. This is bullshit. Hopefully something happens. Hopefully they get it together. But like I said, man, thank you guys for joining me. We had 2 breaking news conferences from baseball, so of course I had to put it on screen so you guys could hear it. But shout out to y'all, man. I appreciate you guys joining me. Please hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. You already know how I close out things, man. Stay happy, healthy, safe, and blessed. Much love, y'all. This was the SC Experience, aka Eric, man. Make sure tough times never last, but tough people do. See you till next time. I appreciate you guys for everything. Blessed to see you guys and your families. Tell your loved ones you love them, and stay blessed, y'all. So much respect. SC Experience, aka Eric, I'm out, man. Thank you for joining me. I greatly appreciate you guys for joining me. I had to make it up for you guys, man. I appreciate it. Shout out to Coach Dante for locking it in earlier. And much love to everybody, man. Make sure to hit that subscribe button. And like I said, stack them up. Hit them like buttons. Also hit that bell notification to let you know whenever I go live. And, this was the SC Experience, a.k.a. Eric. And what up, AC? Make sure to hit that like button, man. I'm going to head on out. Hey, make sure to hit that like button. Peace and great show. I appreciate it, man. Until next time, Raider Nation, just one baby commitment to excellence. SC Experience, a.k.a. Eric. And I'm out. Hit that like button.
RJ Barrett in transition. Westbrook back up the court. Here's Malik Monk, corner three, and he is on fire.